Hello and welcome back to the next part of my Battle of White Mountain playthrough. This will be a summary for turn number 6, which just passed, and now the game is moving on to turn 7 after this, which is the final turn. We'll just do a little highlight of what happened over here on the Protestant left flank, or non-existent left flank now. First of all, Bucquoy, the army commander, he withdrew back here to try to rally one of the heavy infantry units that is routing off the map. Also, some of their heavy infantry from the second echelon is moving forward. They're probably not going to see a lot of action by the time the game ends, though, unless maybe he gets a continuation. But the one thing that did happen, the Dampierre heavy cavalry, I might have butchered that name. Not sure. It's a Walloon unit of heavy infantry. They charged forward and eliminated one of the Bornemisa hussar units. Actually, Bornemisa, I think, supplied several thousand troops. Some of them were led under Horvath, but a lot of them were Bornemisa units, but he was wounded in the battle. Also, there's another Bornemisa unit over here. They were technically part of the Protestant right wing. However, since historically they didn't help much for gameplay purposes, they just assigned them to the Transylvanian wing on the third line here. So, a little historical nitpick. But meanwhile, over here in the Protestant center, Hohenlohe, he had to advance. He used the advancing fire, which is called fire by introduction. It's where the unit commander stands at a spot, the men line up and fire there, and the other rank advances past them while they reload, and so on and so forth. So you advance while laying down fire, volleys of fire. Unfortunately, that didn't go well. They didn't inflict many casualties, and then when they reached close combat, they were driven back, and they took a morale hit, of course, unfortunately. But over here, the one good news is Schlick, with his heavy infantry unit, actually attacked Tilly's flank and dealt a morale hit and forced him back one square. However, that did open him up so Tilly could attack from his flank and did a musket attack on the Silesian light cavalry. The other thing that happened was Stubenvall had charged from here right on the Hurleyberg heavy infantry unit, and he was eliminated, and the heavy infantry unit advanced to take up its spot. Now it's threatening the flank of the Silesian cavalry. The other Stubenvall unit is back there. Hopefully they will be able to do something worthwhile. Also, as far as orders, the Catholics now have switched over to make ready, and they're going to try to go over to charge orders for the last turn, and they're going to probably wipe most of the Protestants off the field, unfortunately. So I'm bracing for that. It would be nice if the Transylvanians could switch over to charge orders. They could definitely try to maybe break up some of those heavy infantry units, just make a little bit of a speed bump for them, maybe inflict some casualties, but I'm still not holding out a lot of hope for them. At this point, Chateau Stern is pretty well safe. I was considering bringing them across the wall and have them join the battle, but I think that would just, because they take heavy formation hits crossing the wall and stuff, I think it would just open them up to being casualties, and at this point, I would rather just not give the victory points to the Catholic League. So yeah, definitely the last turn should be pretty intense. I don't know how it'll end up. That is the one thing with the system is nothing is ever set in stone. Like even if there's a maximum of a +4 or -4 modifier. So if you roll a natural 0 or a natural 9, there's always the chance for the attacker or the defender for things not to go the way you think. There's never really anything totally set in stone. And that's just kind of based on the era. You know, there was poor communication and the leadership wasn't quite as advanced as it was, later on in the later 17th and 18th centuries. So yeah, we'll see definitely how this last turn shakes out. Probably what I will do is play out the last turn, do a video summary, and then tally up the victory points and do maybe a final thoughts video about the game, about the battle, and about actually the game system. I would like to maybe take a few moments to talk about GMT's Musket and Pike series. They actually, like I said, I think this is the 6th game in the series. Most of it covers the 30-Year War. The first edition, which has been out of print for about 20 years now, this Accursed Civil War, it covers the English Civil War. It's currently in the market now for a reprint. And actually, they're actually making a dual pack that includes the first 2 games of the series, this Accursed Civil War and Sweden Fights On. And it'll include like modern, the game mats, which were, from the latest installment. Something's wrong with my focus here. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to cut off. I will continue that thought in the next part. I don't know what happened to my focus here. Alrighty, well, thank you for watching, and we'll just see you in the next part. Thank you.